Hey, hello everyone. Welcome once again to this Friday Live Agile. This is the episode 117. It's quite some time since I started it, like just to be reaching out with you when I was in exile. As a digital nomad and entrepreneur, it was in exile at that moment in 2020 in Tulum and Cancun. Yes. I hope everybody is doing pretty good. I'm doing good. You're gonna see a coach chef today a little bit more calm, flow, relax. I'm in a kind of a state of grace. So for those who don't know me yet, because I know 75% of you watching it here on Rumble and YouTube, especially because I don't have data for LinkedIn, you are not subscribed. So my name is Alexandre Frédéric Joly, your coach chef. But today it's not going to be about agile. It's going to be about something more broader, about the business world, the entrepreneurship world, the freedom lifestyle club that I'm part of. And once again, as I said, 75% of you are watching it more than 50% of the hour. So we'd like to welcome you to subscribe and hit the notification, especially on the two video platform with the best experience, even for the chat. Which is Rumble and YouTube. And it is crucial that you go and Rumble because towards the next season of the live streaming and podcasts, I would like to concentrate on the audio podcasts on all platforms, including Audible and Amazon Prime, Spotify, Apple, Podcast, Deezer, and everything. But for the video performance and the live streams, it's really Rumble that I'm aiming for. I met the guy from Rumble also in Miami. So anyway, subscribe there, please. It's a lot more decentralized. It's going more with my view and my values than the Google, YouTube platforms. So do it. LinkedIn, it's Microsoft. It's just like to reach out with some people there too. But I don't make any effort on LinkedIn anymore, despite what people were telling me yesterday. And so before going into the things, let me just do again. I'm alone today, this Friday, May the 26th, to speak to you about something that inspired by someone. I'll show you really quick. Like it's these, it's my flip program, but I built from a lot of Dan Pena teaching. And if you don't know Dan Pena yet, on the Pine comment, I will put the reference for the 7 steps for super success. So today, it's really for you if you are thinking of pivoting from a 9 to 5, 5-day job, whatever, a job to a career, all the way up to becoming your own boss and to decentralize yourself as well in this world, this new world of work, this new world of economy. So just let's go see a little bit quickly. If our friend, because I know everything is fine in YouTube, we seems to be live here. Again, it's another beautiful day. We are going into summer more and more, and I'm sorry for the feedback here. Okay, so it's fine everywhere. So once again, if you want to chat interactively with me, we are live streaming this Friday, May the 26th. Don't do that on LinkedIn because the delay is too long and the chat is not necessarily coming through. So if you want to interact with me, having some comment and everything, so go into the YouTube and I'm gonna have it faster and I'll be able to interact with you faster. Yesterday, that was my 22nd SCRUM beer. the last of the fourth season, or the fourth year, if you'd like. And truly, when I told you that this morning I woke up in a state of grace, a state of fulfillment. And when you're fulfilled, you are happy. You could watch one of my ex live streams about that. We're talking about achiever and happiness. Don't chase happiness, but chase power, the power within yourself, to make that super success that we're going to talk today about. And I think it was a success yesterday. I'm not talking about the quantity of people, but the quality of people. I would like to salute the two gentlemen who came in the fishbowl and the sharing circle and expressed themselves about any fucked up. And it was not necessarily a Scrum. Scrum is, yes, it's a Scrum user group, the Scrum beer, but we talked about everything that touched businesses, project and product management, and everything. So it was very meaningful. I think people liked it. I think that because of the smiles I saw, and I'm sure it was not because of the pizza. It was about like the great atmosphere yesterday, great energy, smiling people, even like a lot of people like myself who were a bit tired of our week of work and everything. But I think this gathering in person, in real life, with authenticity, honesty, sharing, the need and desire to learn together and togetherness was there. And I received a lot of thanks and everything. So thank you so much, guys. We'll be back in September, hopefully with my old friend Michael Darlena at the Far Origin Brewery. Because for me, the Crew Collective and that brewery, it's there to my heart. Sorry about that. I have a moment. For the audio podcaster, you didn't see it, but I'm kind of swallowing right now. Is that what we call a state of grace? Amazing. Thank you, Shun, for your help yesterday. It was really appreciated. I really appreciate Christina and Joanna, those great manager over at Crew Collective and Cafe. And guys, if you want to, if you still do remote work, or if you need some kind of inspiration, a great environment, and an old bank and the old Montreal, but that will emerge from that space. Great ideas, great project, great product development, like I did with the Agile Lounge. The Crew Collective celebrated on May 2nd is 7th anniversary, and myself, I'm going to celebrate my 7th year for this brand of Agile Lounge. But today, I don't want to go through much about Agile because Agile is an adjective, semantic or not. This is an adjective. And I think that all the useless, fake, non-productive debate that we especially see on a platform like LinkedIn that's supposed to be professional. Oops, sorry about that. That's supposed to be a professional network where we should learn together, when we should exchange and network, because networking is very important. It's the best way to success for contracts as a consultant, but also to get yourself a job if you still want to be more in a safe space of having a job and not having to worry about the risk taking of being an entrepreneur. So guys, it's really all of this blah blah for nothing. I don't know if you really think that, and me too. I get out of it. I let it go now. I don't want to engage too much, especially when I'm at the airport waiting for my flight or my transfer. It's very useless. And I would like to invite you, especially on YouTube and Rumble, you will find in the description of this video to take your free discovery session. So let's walk the talk of where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to do. My coaches and myself, we had developed a program based on our experience, but we listened a lot. We are very aware that our experience doesn't mean this is the right recipe for everyone. So this is why we do a free discovery session. It's up to 90 minutes, it could be, to listen to you, to see if we could give you some tips, tricks, and even support you with a type of coaching, a very interactive coaching and something. So you'll see on my calendar on my website. There's many type of discovery session. So and today I'm talking about the FLEP program. So this is the VIP session. And if you are in the Montreal area, you will be able also to choose from Tuesday to Thursday to meet with me at the this Magnificent Crew Collective and cafe at 360 Saint Jacques. We have a cafe. It's on the house. It's a free talk. We listen to your needs, your desire states. And for the FLIP program, right now, I used to do some cohort, but it's too much management and the availability. So right now, it's really exclusive to a one person. If you're a team or a startup, we could welcome all the team, all up to 6 people. Let's say it like this. But really, take this, especially in the summer. It's always a time to reflect. I've got less to do, so the moment is there. Seize your moment, seize the carpe diem, and take your free discovery session with me to talk about anything from connecting with possible venture capitalists or else whatever. So we are here for you, and depending on our relationship that we're going to develop from that free discovery session, because I have to be authentic and honest with you. Nothing is free in life. You're going to learn that nothing is free. But when we say we offer free, it's because we are investing time with you at the beginning to understand you. It's like a pre-sales, if you want to call it. And we expect that the return of this time invested will be a business relationship with you, or something that will become also part of our revenue making. And this is what we're going to talk about today. How to be very successful as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman or a businessman, or as someone who has a great idea and need maybe an advisory board to support herself or himself going through. And these 7 steps are very, and let me show it to you. Before I forget, I need to, let's do this. I have someone from Andrew sorry about that, Andrew O'Halloran. When I was a director manager for customer experience at SCRUM Media. I hope you're doing well, Andrew. It's been a while that I didn't touch base with you, and I think I should do it. I feel that I should do it. But he told me that the title of his praising his comment about me was a highly effective business leader and company builder. Yes, I'm building company. I have my own 17 venture since my 15, 16 years old. And I'm not talking about selling limonade on the sidewalk. No, it's I was really right away into these kind of international stuff and everything. So Alexandre Frédéric Joly, me, is a highly capable professional adept at bringing order, structure, and efficiency to even the most complicated business problems. His tenacity, creativity, and systematic method of approaching problems are all qualities that make him an highly effective business leader and company builder. Thank you so much, Andrew. And I return you the favor, I think, on LinkedIn back in the day, because that is dated, yes, from 2008 when we were working together over at SCRUM Media. I hope Mohamed and all the team is doing well too. I really appreciated working with you. You are also a great business leader yourself. So I don't know if you finally pivot to become your own boss, Andrew, but I wanted to read this because today, as I said, the adjective of agile, I was agile before agile became a thing. And yesterday, and I'm coming back for you guys in September, if you come back to the next Scrum Beer in September, because I asked the question on the floor because a lot of sharing was about agile software development. People still think that agile, this adjective that we put in software development, and for instance, It's only like for software development that everything it's about technology and blah blah blah. And I asked them, so what is the difference between agile software development and business agility? And finally, the pizza came and boom. So we forget about this. And I tried to follow up after, but the group was a bit like this makes people left and everything. So I won't insert it into any podcast here. We are going to do so at the next Scrum Beer in September. So if you want to know the answer to that or to exchange with others about this, you will have to come at our 23rd Scrum Beer in September. It's going to be announced somewhere in the middle of the summer while you are taking some vitamin D and to fresh up. So that's the thing. But for me, again, when people try to define agile in marketing, to define agile in human resources, which is people care more, when they try to define and put this adjective everywhere and buzzing about that like bees, that they lost their queen. And the They're Real Agile, the Friday Live Agile, and myself, I am here as one of the great speaker of the Fuck Up Scrum yesterday says, to awake you to an objective reality. And then when you awake, we could start agilize, and you do it with me, AF, because we'd like to do agility with fun, with force, and with aim of fulfillment. Because more you'll be fulfilled, more you'll be happy. So this is exactly the mindset of this brand of Agile Lounge within my company of many services. Because right now, to tell you the truth, and because of the cycle we have in North America, I'm returning a lot more in customer engagement and customer relation management. And by the way, if you'd like to become our client over and beyond Agile and business agility, I have technical people. I have access to a great network of application in North America and great firm, and myself as a great program or project manager for call center and customer experience, mapping, designing, refurbish everything using 5.9, Genesis, everything. So we do this too, and we know now the 10-year cycle is coming up, and we're gonna need to. And all my prospect right now, it's about it, anyways, from the call center world and this customer experience and customer engagement world. So, but if you want to become our client on all of this, it's all about the customer experience for us. And Agile, it's another edge of doing it and to a way of uncovering new way together to produce. So go to agile-launch.com and contact me. Take your ask us anything and become our client. Hopefully, we'll be able to help you. And so this is the way. This is one way, should I say? Like my mentor used to remind me. I'm really tired. I'm great. I'm in a state of grace, but I'm also tired. To tell you the truth, authentically, the hell system. Huh? Be honest, be authentic, be able to inspect yourself, and love what you do, love what you say, love the other. And love is not just romantic love, people, you know. So today, inspired by, and I will show. Sorry for the audio podcaster, but for those viewers out there, I'm going to show you the next couple of minutes. We are going to. And again, Milan, why are you always? I don't understand you, Milan. Why are you always removing my setup? Anyways, I'll have to rant about it. So this is Mr. Dan Pena. Whether you like it or not, whether you think he's a lot Trumper or whatever, whether you think it's bullshitter and everything, I learned a lot with him. And I won't go into detail here because I'd like to go to the thread. But the following minutes of this live streams is highly inspired by his teaching and one of his methods for the QLA seminar. And the QLA seminar, it's, I don't know if you see it here. It's so anyways, this website link will be in the pinned comment after the show, and you'll be able to see it by yourself. So it's a quantum leap Quantum Leap in Business, Quantum Leap Advantage, Castle Seminar, somewhere in Scotland or Northern England. So it's very amazing and it's very rough. It's very bold, like you could see behind me. So everything that's follow, it's highly inspired by him. So the 7 step for super success, but I will describe it more about my own path of learning and teaching. Okay, but it's always important to give credit to other person when it's not truly your own foundation or your own creation. Creative Commons, it's one thing, but when you do something, have the honesty to say that you're gonna talk about something or you're gonna propose something because you took it from. So I took what's followed to build my own FLEP program. FLEP program stands for Freedom Lifestyles for Entrepreneur. Okay, and it's really made for individual who would like to switch to pivot to create their business. And when I say create their business, could be from a freelancer, very solopreneur, all the way up to a startup and a multi-billion company and everything. So you have to have a mindset of openness in that sense. And by the way, if you don't want to buy me a coffee or send me some Satoshi and support for my volunteering of taking my Friday noon to share with you and everything, you could at least help me with the algorithm by smash the like button and also share this video to someone to inspire them also, to give them a sense. And as I said, more I evolve and I listen to my audience, I tune my behavior. I think you have an example today with my state of grace. And sometimes the Day Agile, yes, I'll be more the Scotch AF aggressive because I think it's important. But truly, I would like to have also some moment like today where I'm going to try. Of course, I'm not giving you this 7 days courses that you could take at the FLEP program or any of the direct coaching, but I would like to show you a bit, inspired again by Dan Pena, the $1 trillion man for business entrepreneur, the 7 steps that you should take. So let's go there. Let's dive into this. So the step 1, it's creating your personal foundation for success. And on that, I'd like to tell right away off the bat, and I might offend people, especially people who are calling themselves organizational change manager, or maybe I don't know if it still exists, but I know Instagram is full of that crap. These life coaches or people that on an individual team and organization level, or should I say enterprise level, they call themselves consultant into, what is it again? Personal development or any kind of professional development with a name. So here at the FLEP, the Freedom Lifestyle Club and Program for Entrepreneur, the personal foundation, it's not necessarily personal development, because we believe, and I said we because we're a team of scientists behind this. It's not just me as an entrepreneur, because it's practical, it's pragmatic, and it's really important that the step 1, we teach and we evaluate and we analyze with the candidate that want to pivot. It's your personal foundation for success. Who are you? What is your character? What is your ability? What is your dream? It's one thing to have an idea of a product, a solution, or a service that you'd like to do, but I'd like to identify your 5 superpowers. So the step 1 is really after the free discovery call. This is part of the step that we are going to see if you could continue your journey to the other 6 steps. So what is your personal foundation? Not to have a psychotherapy of personal development. It's not about that. It's more, do you have what it takes to take risk to become an entrepreneur? To immerse yourself in this business world that is more and more like fast. Because back in the day, and this is why business agility is very important into it. Business agility, not other shit. Okay? And again, this is not a project management tool or whatever. I go back to my 5 misconception of business agility. to understand more about what I'm saying right now. So, do you have the foundation, the base personally into your art and your mind? And what type of skills could you pivot to this freedom club? Are you ready to be free? It sounds bold, but yes, it is. So this is the step one, very important. Okay, so this is part of an assessment that we do within the FLEP program, where we identify with you not only your desired state, but do you have what it takes? And maybe you need a second opinion. That's okay. You could go see another charlatan who do business coaching. In our case, we are not even in coaching right now. We just want to meet where you are, who you are, and why you want to pivot, and do you have what it takes for success. We talked about success here. We are not in a culture of failure with the FLEP program. Oh no, hell no. We are into the target process. We are into the target success. We are into winning. You could lose, you could make mistake around the way, but you better learn fast, because success doesn't wait for you when you climb the mountain. Okay? So this is what we identify on the step one. Step two, clarify your vision. Are you crystal clear? And by the way, in step one, we are going to be very scientific and empirical. We are not just subjectively evaluate you. We send you a test, the value from the value center of Richard Barrett. We send you also another kind of questionnaire to classify your idea and stuff. It's not necessarily psychometric tests, but there's a lot of tests that you're gonna have to fill up, and also interviews with our coaches to see if you have what it takes for success, your and personal information. And then on step two, we're gonna revise this, because from one of the tests that you have to do to identify your foundation, it's of course your vision, and you have to be crystal clear to yourself, because if it's not clear to yourself, how do you explain it to a venture capitalist to get funding? How do you explain it to people to help you build whatever you wanted to build? So that's step two. You will use all the metrics from the test result and from your objective key result that you expect with your vision, your why. So there's the building of your why. And you have to be very clear. So we're going to help you clarify your vision. And by the way, let me do like step two and step one, because it's all interlinked together. It's part of, if it's a 1 day in-person session, usually we spend the morning, and you will have to do some homework before the in-person type of coaching. But creating your personal foundation for success is, are you yourself comfortable of taking a risk? You have to get comfortable into your project, the project that you will invest in yourself for the freedom lifestyles, for the entrepreneur life, okay? Could be also for a digital nomad life. It's everything. So creating your personal foundation, it's get comfortable. Then, what is your passion? Do you have it? Do you have it in your heart more than in your mind? Do you connect the two? What is your passion? And do you have it? Huh? Your ceiling dream. All you're gonna sell, and sell, I mean, like, I know I'm French Canadian, so bear with me. I'm talking about sailing on a boat, okay? Sailing to sell, huh? From sailing to selling your dream to others. That's really important. This is the interconnection with that step two of clarify your vision. Because if you're really passionate about what you want to do and who you want to be, it's amazing how you describe your dream, and you're going to be able to make the other steps to make it happen. So it's beyond common sense. Yes, the personal foundation for success, there's the common sense, the objective reality that we will identify, but you have to think beyond common sense, okay? Meaning that you might have some kind of paradigm or programmation from your past life, your past professional life and experience, but you have to go beyond that, any common sense or any path that you've been programmed, that we've been programmed in society from school, university, and even some kind of corporate world. So you have to go beyond that type of, oh, this is the common sense. No, break that box of common sense, because later you will create your own common sense. So this is the beyond common sense. And of course, we're going to use the from Dan Pena the 5 credos for success that I won't explain here, and tell me in the comment below if you'd like me, with the permission of Dan Pena School and Quantum Leap Advantage, to go a little bit further with these 5 credos. But in the personal foundation, we're gonna identify with you if you agree or not to adopt those 5 credos for success from the Quantum Leap Advantage within the flip program that we offer you. And of course, as your foundation for success, are you able to create new rules or to bend the rules that exist? There are no rules except, yeah, like my uncle and one of my mentors and even my father used to say, "Hey, Fredo, you could do whatever you want, but just one thing you can't. There's only one rule. Don't get taken doing something that might be wrong for the perception of others." So this is really important. So you are creating rules for your business, for yourself. Doesn't mean that it's illegal. Hear me well here, okay? I'm not advising you to do something illegal in your country or on your setup, but there are no rules when you create your business, when you try to unleash your dream into something real, okay? That's the meaning of it, okay? It's substantive like this. And of course, one of the important foundation for success, and I'm still in step 1, interlinking with step 2 of clarify your vision. You'll see why. What is your leadership style? Could you scale your leadership? You're not a manager anymore. You're going to become business owner. You're going to become a creator, a producer of something. And if you'd like to create a startup with employees to help you do this, you need the leadership of the 21st century. You need the conscious leadership. You need this business agility type of thing. You have to be clear. You have to have a straight vision and so on. So, and also your personal foundation with the clarifying your vision needs that focus, the ends, not the means, okay, to overcome any obstacle. Because in our world of business, in our Freedom Lifestyle Club, there's no obstacles. There's only challenge. All right, guys? And now, with all of this that we help you identify into creating your personal foundation for success with all of these tips, now we're going to support you by clarifying your vision and be crystal clear, especially to express your dream and what you want to do. And then that's bring us to the step 3 of building the perception. Yes, perception is reality. I know in some esoteric thing that I used to participate in, and I still kind of reading about it. They said like your mind make it real, and I agree with that. And this is why you're gonna build the perception, because when we do it, I'm gonna do like a little story here. It's a really interesting story, and it's in between this really pragmatic world of business and value and philosophical system of another way to see things. As for those of you who know me, you know that I spent a lot of time in the Yucatan Peninsula and the 3 states, and I've been adopted by a Mayan community, a Mayan family, and they don't have astrology or all this kind of bullshit, but they have a cosmogony. And within their cosmogony, there's the kin. And the kin is the day and the sun. And we do an exercise where we talk with this sage, this elder people from the community, and he will help us from our date of birth. Of course, we have to translate it from the Gregorian calendar all the way to the Mayan calendar. And there's many calendars. But for that exercise, they use the Tzolkin. And Tzolkins mean the sacred day. Tzolk, sacred, kin, day. So sacred day. So it's a sacred calendar of things. And it's more like spiritual. And then we're going to position ourselves. So you came on that Earth, that planet, at that date. That's translated into this number. And the number looks like IP address. It's amazing. Anyways, if you want to show on this too, please tell me in the comment below. I'll be more than pleased to even go in that. But the step 3, building the perception, it's all about it. And as we saw, and the foundation for success is there's no rules. You create your new rules. And I'm giving you that story of the perception is reality and your mind make it real and all this blah, blah. But if you know your kin, as the Maya teach me, it's your day. It's not a prediction of what's going to happen to you in your life like astrology does. No, it's about your character. It's about your aptitude. It's about you, and it's an inspection. The L thing: honesty, authenticity, inspection, and then love. Show your passion and show your empathy and compassion. If you have a passion, that's good. But other people have passion too. And when we say perception is reality for the Freedom Lifestyle Club and entrepreneurial, it is because of that aspect that yes, unfortunately, and just to conclude on this kin Maya, there's who you are characterly, your antipode that will challenge you, no obstacle, challenge you. And there's also what influence you and how people perceive you. So this is why I said like this step 3 of building your perception or the perception, it's the perception because whether you like it or not, we are all different, we are all unique, and we are all into a different perspective. What I see is not necessarily what you see. And if we agree on what we see together, because I invite you to my side of the table and vice versa, perfect. But when you unleash yourself to become a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you'd like to do business, and one of your aim is not only to do profit, but it's to be free, huh? Is the freedom lifestyle, is the flap. So you will have to build that perception. You will have to build an image of you. And a lot of people who know me, they say like, hey, you talk about authenticity and honesty, and now you talk to us about being like, nah, hold on a second. You will build this perception based on who you really are. You have to know thyself. It's part of the foundation, the step 1. So you don't get to step 3 if you don't have the step 1, the foundation, your personal foundation of knowing who you really are and what is your passion. And step 2, is it clear enough to build that perception and spread it? You want the others, whoever stakeholders or shareholders that will be part of your venture, you want them to perceive the real you authentically, but also the real you that will give them something in return, that you are assertive enough, you are perceived assertive enough for your way to success. Because this is exactly what is it about today. It's not about the fluffy thing, the right to make mistake. Yes. You have the right to make mistake, but show the perception that you've learned from those mistakes instead of just yeah. Don't complain, don't be negative. Build a perception of a winner and aiming for success. Okay, this one is tricky. I know I took like some other thing as an HP myself, but it's really important that you build that perception, not a fakeness thing, not a con artist thing, because I see too many people in coaching with the QLA or with the flip or with others falling in the trap of becoming an Instagram fake. Don't do that. Building a perception and making that perception a reality is not like nourishing your mythomaniac aspect of yourself. If you have such thing like this, it's really toxic. Don't do this, and we're gonna help you not to do this. But you have to build a perception. You have to be like, upfront. And then let's bring us to step 4. It's creating your dream team for business and life. Okay, as I said before, in the flip program on step 1, if we identify that you just want freedom and any needs, any level, it's good, it's welcome. So that's why I said like we help from freelancers all the way to a startup that want to become medium, small, big, and everything. But of course, if your passion, your dream, okay, it's about building a sustainable company, something great, or like now we talked about other type of entrepreneur. So you're not a solopreneur. You want to build something and you want to grow, and you want a growth mindset. All right. So that step 4 will be a lot important for you. And maybe if you just want to be a solopreneur, we're gonna skip the step 4. Although, let me tell you right now that creating your dream team for business and life And actually, at the fuck up night in Montreal, about 3 weeks ago, all the three people who were vulnerable enough to tell us about their failure, they talk about that step four. They didn't have that step four, so thus they fail. So we talked about for business and life, the network again. Who are around you? And I can tell you, like Dan Pena will tell you, show me your 5 friends. Show me the 5 people you always around or often around, and I'll tell you who you are. And I'll tell you that you're gonna fucking fail. And I'm telling you that you should not like disrupt your friendship or anything, but sometimes it's very important. Okay. And business, on the business aspect of the step four, the dream team is the advisory board, or those who will do the thing that they are willing, because of their skills, of their talent, of their attitude, of their character, they will help you achieve your dream. So you need a dream team. So you have to create it. And we are here to help you with our psychologists, with our change manager, with other entrepreneur. So we do like this kind of workshop. It's very meaningful according to all the other things that we identify with you, and how we could create a business dream team of people that will surround you for success. And in life, this is not our business, but we just give you some example of our own experience and experience of others, without naming necessarily the name of everything, because we respect confidentiality and privacy here at the Flip program. But it's important that you see and you hear testimony, and you come with us in some seminar and fuck up night, to understand that if their family was not supportive, if their wife, their husband, whatever it is, like in your personal life, was not supportive enough, even if you have the best dream team in business, you have something that might challenge you more, and it's not aimed for success. Okay, so that's part of the step four. Step five alone, we could do is the Quantum Leap action plan. So, of course, at the FLIP program, I'm not authorized necessarily to use this entirely, because I will have to probably ask Dan Pena team about how we do it. But I present it to you here as it is, as I give credit to Dan Pena, Quantum Leap Advantage. So this is really another plan. So it goes with four sub steps in that step five. But at the FLIP program, that step, we call it action plan only, because we're going to use Quantum Leap, and we tailor it to exactly your context and where you want to go. But basically, we, as I said, we inspire ourselves in our program from that Quantum Leap Advantage, and the action plan will contain 4 important elements that will be tailored again to your context, your business context, and your objective, and the key result you want from that objective. But it's basically the growth, okay, the working capital, yes, OPM, oh yes, it's part of it. You need financing. What is your working capital? The financing, internal growth, and the acquisition, external growth. So we're gonna take it. This is MBA 101. It's stuff like this. It's business. This part is really business. Your action plan will have to see your growth. What is your way of calculating it? And part of your dream team, step 4, do you have a great fiscalist or a great financial advisor? What's the geometry? What's the method of calculation? And everything. Okay, so this is like, as I said, this step 5 apart, we are really deep in the program of helping you, and maybe we'll suggest you to take the seminar with the Quantum Leap, or we'll do something depending. So as I said, it will be an action plan, but very focused on the financing, the working capital, the acquisition. What is the way you want to grow that business? What is the fund you need? And this is in step 5 that we start networking with you. We start identifying how you could go out for specialized private investment with VC or not. Okay, so this step 5 is, as I said, alone I could do a 1-hour show with that one, and I will need the permission and probably assistance from the team of Dan Pena, Quantum Leap Advantage. But anyway, this is all the basic. What he's teaching, what are we teaching? It's part of this budget of what we call the GWFA: growth, working capital, financing, acquisitions. So, and you don't have to do all of this, but we have to identify. That's why I said it's a tailored action plan according to your context. But we could teach you all of these things, and we have specialists that will teach you this. We have access to lawyers and CPA and fiscalists of high level and international network to be legal in what you're going to build as any financing part of this action plan. Okay, so step 5, it's a big. When you reach a step 5, anyways, in our program, it's because you're really ready and you have money to invest as well, and yourself and in your business. The step 6 out of 7, my dear listener, is pay yourself first through all cycle. And why? This is amazing how I see uh, entrepreneur, okay, that they create a dream team, and the advisory board, they could do it for a high OU, and there's a lot of thing, it's on a lead fee and stuff, and now they say like, okay, so now I get all of this money to invest in my development, but I have to pay all of these things, and okay, so slow down a little bit, because remember that if you quit a 9 to 5 job with some kind of security and everything, first you have to have amass a certain number of capital that we saw in step 5, right? And then you have to sort also if you will be supported by your personal life, family, and friends. And so, what is your plan before getting into this way to success for your project as an entrepreneur? And you have to put in your plan the fact that you'll be able to pay yourself. And one thing a fiscalist saved my life with, and also my accountant, is at some point they said like, okay, so you have an enterprise with multiple revenue stream. That's good. Now, how fiscally we make sure that you pay yourself first. It's nice to pay your programmer. It's nice to pay your marketing agent. It's nice to pay your accountant. It's nice to pay your board if you want to pay your board. It's nice to I owe you things about like shareholders and stuff. But what about you? Because back in the day when I was a young student delivering meat and beer and stuff to a small, doesn't exist too much anymore because of those big corporations. But back in the day when I was young, because yes, I'm entering in the fall of my life now. But when I was in the summer, spring of my life, I used to deliver food to people from a small small market, a small like butcher of of a nice neighborhood. And so he was paying all of his employees, including me and everything. And at the end of the week, whatever left from his profit, it was his salary. And I remember his son telling him like, but you don't you should also have a mindset of paying yourself first? He said yes and no. So there's different contexts of it, but you should at all cycle increase your revenue and have this mindset of paying you first. Because if you need a certain amount of money monthly, let's say, for instance, to live and to go through your life and your expense, but you pay everyone else, and maybe you will realize that in different cycles, this is the why I'm telling you now, that maybe you spend money for the development of your business that is not necessarily worth it according to what do you need as a pay for yourself to continue in this cycle. So you have to make those decisions. And this is why we say pay yourself first through all cycles of the development, all the way to the growth cycle and to the cash cow. When the cash cow arrives, no problem. But when you start up and you receive private financing, you receive even government. We don't teach you to go to subsidies of the government because you want to be independent. It's the freedom lifestyle. So you better deal with people that are in the same type of mindset in you, and they could believe in your dream and your passion, and they support your dream team. But when you start getting some money that you might own later as a return of investment for those investors, you better be careful how you spend that money, and you better, as you develop your freedom lifestyle, pay you first. So if you don't need the developer right now, Just call her or him later. Don't do it now. Okay? So that's the meaning of that step 6. And we showed you different budgetarization on how you should pay yourself in salary and dividend at first, and how you could switch from dividend to profit, to a dividend on profit, and to a salary, a very cheap salary, to because you'll be coming with us. You incorporate yourself. There's no question asked. Don't come to us with, oh, I'm gonna register myself. I'm gonna no. You become two-person. You have your incorporation, your moral person as a business that will pay yourself first. That's the real meaning in a nutshell. And lastly, step 7, creating your exit strategy. Yes. Selling, franchising, going public, whatever. So that part, again, like step 5, it's something that we're going to tailor and develop according to where you want to be and who you want to be and what type of business. But it's an exit strategy, because after that step, if you don't have any leverage for success, and if it could be a failure, maybe you don't have customer, maybe nobody is wanting what you propose and everything. So will you be able to sell part or the entirety of your business? Well, you are. It's kind of working, but it could work if you let go a little bit by creating a franchising. Do you want to go public to have another type of financing? So this is really, we call it an exit strategy with different type of these approach and true core business and new way of doing business with scaling leadership and everything and everything. So in that step 7, then after you go into an on-demand coaching and consulting to your business. And we could give you the example of Urban Acolyte and Austin, Texas in 2016, when those 3 guys, they start building their team. So we kind of build those steps ourselves with that true experience of the growth of this business. So it goes with the 4th stage of growth, right? Startup, with innovation, with the early adopters, your first customers. Then it's the growth was really hard and you don't make money a lot. And then finally you reach the part of the cash cow. And then after, it's the dog who could sleep a little bit. So this exit strategy, if I put it back again for the viewer on screen, create your own exit strategy. That's when in your cycle you are gaining attraction, you are gaining customer, returning customer, you are doing revenue, you are doing profit out of those revenue, you pay yourself first, your employee are happy because they have a nice salary, everything is going. So now, but you have to think in advance. What will I do to avoid the downsize after the growth and after the cash cow? So that's the part of the exit strategy. Will you sell yourself? So like my friend at Urban Acolyte, this is what they did. They had the selling part. Will we sell? Because I don't want to go into detail of what they do, but what they do basically, it's a different type of API for online sales and affiliation management. Let's summarize like this. And they knew that their product will attract attention from those big e-commerce platforms such as eBay and Amazon. So they said, like, let's assume as an exit strategy after our growth and our cash cow, and we get attention, that those people might want to purchase us. And so they made like this kind of, they make a foundation of this exit strategy. They say, like, we let go of this business, let's cash in the money by selling it. Or shall we franchise it to enter new countries or new markets, stuff like this? Or should we go public and receive financing and shareholders and doing another type of governance? Or. So this is what it's mean by an exit strategy. So I hope you liked it, my great people, my great listener out there. And to my jogger, I really appreciate your email, your Satoshi, and some of your coffee. If you'd like to do like them, all the links are in the description of Rumble and YouTube videos. So it's always appreciated to receive a coffee because I love coffee. And when I receive a coffee, sometimes there's a note, and I'm gonna try to prepare more and to take some time of the live streaming every week to read some of these comments The Bad and the Ugly as well. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to read it, especially when they are constructive. And if they're not constructive, I will read it anonymously, anonymously, just to show you, like, not all the people, but they take time. They take time to send me a note that I suck. But if they don't tell me why I suck, I cannot improve. So it's important. Like, I'm open to your criticism, but suggest me something or tell me exactly why I suck, so I won't suck anymore. So I think that's it for this week. And I know this is the last Friday, so this is going to be, you probably download it. I know you're a lot of people now downloading it from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Mostly it's where we are listening, streaming, and everything for the audio podcasts. It's the last Friday of the month. You don't see the logo of Dairy Agile because I did record in French episode 52 that will be out June the 2nd. Yes, because this month it was kind of crazy with my business travel and everything I did. It's kind of like, wow, it's the month of May. I didn't see it. So even if I aim to be, scrum, and do it every Friday, the way I had the idea of talking about neurodivergent and the workplace and above, the way I did it, and we'll do it in French first. And if any one of you out there want to talk about neurodivergent and neurodiversity and your organization, please be my guest to do it in English. But I did it in French with a great colleague of mine in Lyon, France, that you saw in English with me talking about agile leadership. Now we're going to talk about this neurodiversity and this mental health, also awareness. I don't know in which country it's now. The month of June will be the month of mental health awareness, which is very important. If you ask me, as a business owner, I will put more effort into having a neurodiversity in my rank, because that could, that could like really unleash creativity and innovation more than all of the other bullshit DIE. If you really want to be diverse and inclusive, please have people who are physically armed or mentally armed. But for me, neurodiversity doesn't mean that you are mentally armed. I welcome you. If you're autist and you have a great mind, I welcome you at the Agile Lounge and in my company to work with me. So that will be the topic of the episode 52 in French. That's going to be, because the month of May kind of end next Thursday, if I'm right. The 31st is, no, it's the Wednesday. But as I record it first, and I try to, and I should have another guest talking about it. So it's going to be a full 90-minute show that we're going to put out there for you next Friday. So next Friday, expect a French program. And if I have something else to talk, maybe it's going to be a double feature, as it happened lastly at the Dairy Agile podcast with the Friday Live Agile. So thank you very much for your attention. If you reach out to this part of the video, you're amazing. And to part of that show on, I know the audio podcaster have more time because they don't have to watch anything. And I really aim to do it audio, even if I will always propose to be live screening here. So again, if it's not done yet, give me a like, especially on YouTube and Rumble, to make me grow. It's free. And once again, I was your coach chef, known as my real name, Alexandre Frédéric Joly. And again, if you want to be into your path for success, you have to remember what I always telling you at the end of my show, that you are powerful, you are wonderful, and you are free to be whoever you wanted to be and to do whatever you wanted to do in respect of one another. But remember, there's no rules, but you have to respect one another. So on that, have an amazing weekend and see you next week. Cheers.